Hey, good morning. It's October 17th, 2017, and today I'm going to talk about the five-letter word that should be a four-letter word: booze. Boo. Booze. It should be boos. Booze, as in bad, 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 bad. Where to begin? Well, I started drinking probably very, very young. I'd go into my fridge. My dad would give me a little glass of his Schlitz. I was like 7 or 8, and I should have known I had a problem back then because he gave me that cup. Oh man! And so the floodgates were open, and I didn't become a diehard alkie at 8 years old, but probably by the time I was 16, I definitely I should have known I had a problem with it because it was like eating a Pringle. Nobody can eat just one. Well, Budweiser, I couldn't drink just one. I think. My average was usually probably, if we got a case, I'd drink about half of them. And, it was like a badge of honor back then, I could go, it'd be like I'd go into a bar when I was 18 and drink all the old geezers under the table. And that was like my thing, I felt like I was good at something, a little too good. Yeah, that was for many, many years. That was my thing. It went from being weekend warrior to very quickly a 7-day loser. It just became kind of an obsession, and even the days I wasn't drinking, I was just thinking, I can't wait to have a beer. But I didn't realize, when you learn late in life, I didn't realize it was a depressant, and that's why I wanted more. It's like any drug, You can say the same thing about a can of Coke. You drink that, you go up and down. But you can function drinking Coke, or you can function doing a smoke with alcohol. Eventually, I couldn't function. So, but that was, in hindsight, the best thing that ever happened to me. That eventually, I was only operating probably at 20% capacity. If I could have operated at like 50, I don't know how up these percentages, I probably would still be doing it. But and now the story behind me stopping was that the Bruins had won the cup back in 2011, and I really celebrated. I really celebrated hard. It was a big deal to me because I had never seen them win the cup, so I was very, very happy. And of course, when I didn't need any excuse, but that was a great excuse to just go on a week-long bender. I stopped the day Whitey Bulger got caught. And it's funny how you remember these things. So it's over 6 years. Whatever method you use, I don't believe in rehashing everything in life that made you do it. You gotta move on. And for me, it was trial and error, just every day, just trying to eat as healthy as possible. Drink lots of water. Exercise. I try to walk between 8 and 10 miles a day. Have a focus, have goals every day. I don't believe in, if the groups work for you, fine, that's great. But for me, I just didn't want to be, living in those moments. And a lot of people would say, well, that's just being a dry drunk. Well, fine, I'll stay dry. Keep my dry sense of humor. But the best thing to me that I thought it was just almost like when I made that decision, it's going to be a death sentence and anything but. It's just you almost feel like you get so used to that feeling that it becomes your normal. And when that's all you've been doing, like, oh, this is the way it is. This is how I feel. But when you stop for a while, you realize, wow, it's almost like you get like this whole other level that no drug can give you, and that's just from being healthy. And and you don't realize that while you're doing that to yourself, because that's making you feel the way you're supposed to feel without any drug, without any chemical in your body. And you don't realize that while you're in that chapter. And sometimes that chapter doesn't have a happy ending. And for me, I don't necessarily think I had to go through that to appreciate the way I feel now, but I would know how good this feels if I hadn't gone through that. So in a way, it's good, but it was just such a classic waste of time. Yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of good memories, but I could have dealt without it. If you're in that predicament, just take a year. It doesn't happen overnight. For me, it's been over 6 years now. I don't count the days and the hours or whatever. I mean, life is so short. I just wanted that to be a chapter of the story. I didn't want that to be the story. I just want to keep moving forward, onward and upward. And I just really appreciate every day that I'm still here, because I could have had a terrible ending. So, and even if it does have a bad ending, I'll do it with a clear head. And if you have a clear head, how can you have a bad ending? So that's my story, and if that helps you, go, hey, great. Boo. Booze. All right, I'm done. Have a great day. Adios. Bye.